This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube. This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube. This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube. This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome into the first intermission report, where the Wranglers have a 1-0 lead over the visiting Oklahoma Warriors. Not a lot of extracurricular activities, as some people like to call it. Just pure hockey, really, where only one penalty occurred in the first period. It was a hold on Kyle DeMarco, or make that 11:41 in with 8:19 to go in the first period. Penalty went to DeMarco, but that was it. Wranglers were able to get the kill. PK unit did a really good job. Warriors really didn't have hardly any chances on that power play, as the Wranglers PK unit was able to shut them down. And afterwards, Wranglers were able to get the only goal of the game with 5:31 to go in the first period. Ben Ivey was able to score. We moved into the offense that beat Duras, gave the Wranglers a 1-0 lead. So that's the only goal on the board so far after 20 minutes of play. And so that's where we stand. It's really one of those games, one of those periods that went by really quickly, just because of the lack of whistles, lack of really any extra stuff after the whistles, if that's the proper way to call it. But either way, pretty quick game, or a pretty quick period, went in the Wranglers' favor as they come away with a 1-0 lead, although this is a Warriors team that they can get rolling. They're dangerous, and so the Wranglers have to be sharp defensively, as really it's a slippery slope when you're dealing with the Warriors. You let in 1 goal, well, it opens the gateway for 2 goals, and then if you get 2 goals against, if the Warriors get 2 goals, then they're off and running. So this is a team where you really want to try and limit their chances, which the Wranglers have done a great job of in the first period. So they got to be able to do that here in the second and third. They got to think that for the Warriors, head coach Garrett Roth as an assistant, Nate Wiesner, will come out with a plan here in the second period to combat what the Wranglers were able to do in the first. But you got to tip your hat to Ryan Anderson. Good plan defensively in the first period. They got 44 goals for and 27 goals against. So this is a team that knows how to score, and they were able to score 4 in their last game against El Paso last weekend, where Drew Sutton flashes at times here in the first period where he's looked dangerous. So for the Wranglers, you got to have to keep an eye on him. But done a very good job of, for the most part, shutting down the Warriors offensively. And we'll have to continue to do that here in the second and third if they want to come away with a win. For the Wranglers, Connor McDonough, a really good job of keeping everything in front of him and making some big saves. So he's stopped all 10 shots that he's seen. Across from him, Daniel Duras just let in the 1 as he has stopped 10 of 11. So looking pretty good on both sides of the ice in net. The Wranglers will have to continue to have excellent goaltending. Again, as I mentioned, Warriors are a team that knows how to score. So Connor McDonough is going to have to be on his A game here tonight, as he already has been. Again, this is the first meeting between these two teams since the Robertson Cup playoffs last spring, where Oklahoma won the series in 3 games, and it looks like the Wranglers were going to come away with a win in Game 3, but they had a 3-0 lead. But Daniel Duras, the goaltender here tonight for Oklahoma, came in relief and stopped 22 of 22 shots in a comeback win for Oklahoma, where the Warriors won 4-3 in overtime en route to their path to winning the Robertson Cup in 2023. So this is a team that has a lot of experience, 11 returners on their roster here this season. So they're experienced, got a lot of guys coming back from that Cup run looking to go back-to-back. But it's going to be a very tough division to win in the South. You got a lot of really good teams competing for playoff positioning. So let's get to some scores from around the league, and then we'll from Danbury. Might be having some internet issues. I don't know if I'm able to get to these scores. Very tight though in the South. We got some teams in action. Corpus Christi in the mix. Colorado Grit are off this weekend. As 9 teams in the division, so any given weekend rip, next weekend it'll be New Mexico that has the week off. So, first period over in New Mexico, the Ice Rays and Ice Wolves. That's interesting, Ice Rays and Ice Wolves. They're tied at 1 towards the tail end of the first period. Odessa and El Paso is coming up later on in the evening, as is Janesville and Anchorage. The Aberdeen Wings have a 2-0 lead over the North Iowa Bulls in the first intermission. First is in the first intermission from Bismarck. The Bobcats have a 2-0 lead over the Bruins. Wilderness lead the Steel 1-0 in the first intermission. Rebels have a 4-1 lead over the Generals midway through the second period of that game. Coming up later in the evening is the Springfield Junior Blues and the Fairbanks Ice Dogs. First period action over at NYTEX Sports Center between the Mudbugs and the Brahmas. A little over 6 minutes to go in that one in the first. Lone Star has a 1-0 lead off of a goal from Charlie Masick. Lead over Maryland. Norsemen and Minotauros are tied at 0. And at the top of the second period, the Junior Americans and the New Jersey Titans are tied at 1. So a lot of action going around the league. And for the Wranglers, probably to keep your interest. As for, I guess, the Warriors as well, will probably have their interest set in the matchups between the Ice Rays and Ice Wolves, the Jackalopes and the Rhinos, and then the Mudbugs and the Brahmas. As there's a lot of points going up for grabs here this weekend in the South Division. we come back here on NATV and YouTube, we'll preview the second. Talk about it all coming up next on NATV and YouTube.
This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to Wranglers Hockey. The first intermission rolls on as we are just a few minutes away from second period action. Wranglers have a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes of play over the defending Robertson Cup champions, the Oklahoma Warriors, as is the first of a 5-game set between the Wranglers and the Warriors. First 2 games will be played here at the Budweiser Bullpen, and then next weekend will be a 3-game set over at Blazers Ice Center in Oklahoma City. So Wranglers are going to get a heavy dose of the Warriors here, but only 8 meetings on the season, so Wranglers get over half of them out of the way here between this weekend and next weekend, and then after that, we won't see the defending champs for a whole lot more, just 3 more meetings after that. I believe the next one is just a one-off, and then it'll be a 2-game set later on in the season. So for the Wranglers, if you can take care of business here against the Warriors early on in the season, really prove your worth, prove your stuff against the defending champs, I'd say you're in really good shape. This is really a good benchmark for the the Wranglers at this point in the season, to where you just kind of gauge where they're at against a very tough Oklahoma team that start 8-3-1 on the season. Got a lot of returners from that cup run. So if the Wranglers can really come out and get a few wins here against the defending champions, I think that really show you where they stand here on the season and where they're going to stand going forward. As if the Wranglers are able to come away with some big points against the defending champions, I'd say they're in really good shape to make a run at the seasons. So second period action will be coming up in just a few moments. Wranglers were able to get the first and only goal of the game on the board in the first frame. Really, the Wranglers did a good job of really shutting down the Warriors at the blue line, and when Oklahoma was able to dump the puck in to the Wranglers zone, Wranglers were really good about not letting the Warriors center the puck in from below the Wranglers goal line. That's something that they really kind of struggled with against Lone Star, kind of struggled with against Odessa. It seems like they've really tightened up defensively on that front, and we're really good about limiting the Warriors' chances there in the first period. Now, offensively, the Wranglers did a really good job of getting shots on Daniel Duras, and really that's what you got to do when you're playing a goaltender as good as Duras. Again, his stats coming into the game: 1.89 goals against average, 942 save percentage, already has a shutout, got a 6-2-1 record. And this is the guy that's really good, and seems like every time the Wranglers play a goaltender, it seems like they're off to a good start, they're off to a hot run. I mean, a couple weeks ago, it was Dees Rolovs and Lone Star. And then last weekend, it was Sigurdsson for the Odessa Jackalopes. And so now here you are. You just really just stay the course, weather the storm. As at some point in this game, the Warriors will find a way to turn it on. And when they do, Wranglers have to be up to the task. So, see what the second period and on has to bring. But, at least for the Wranglers, they've already been able to solve Duras, the netminder for the Warriors. And so, hopefully, now that they've solved it once, they'll be able to do it again. As the Wranglers have retaken the ice, they are in their home white jersey with navy numbers, navy lettering, some navy stripes and red stripes mixed in as well. For the Warriors, they're in their road darks. It's a black uniform with, looks like gray numbers with orange trim. Some gray striping and orange striping as well. Pretty good look for the defending champs. It was really solid first period for Connor McDonough as well. Stopped all 10 shots that he saw. Again, the Wranglers defense did a really good job of really limiting the quality of Oklahoma's chances there in the first period. And really, if you're a goaltender, that's what you want from your defense, is just to make life easy for you, make shots easy to see, easy to save. So pretty routine period there for Connor McDonough in the first, as the Wranglers look to have another solid showing here in the next 20 of the second period. So Warriors are out to take the ensuing draw, as are the Wranglers. The Wranglers will skate from left to right. The Warriors from right to left, as you see it on NATV. And off that draw, Oklahoma will take it and dump it into the Wranglers zone. Battle for along the far half wall. Wranglers come away with the puck. Jeffers will send it out to the neutral zone. After it is McDonald. Will come away with the puck. Arm is raised. And the Wranglers are offside just 19 seconds into period 2. Neutral zone. Draw is won by Oklahoma. We'll send it to the left, goes up a stick, and out of play. So, just joining us here this evening, Wranglers with a 1-0 lead. Are at the top of the second period. And looks like the Wranglers this evening will be without the services of Jack Ivey, their leading point scorer, but so far they've been doing okay, as his twin brother Ben has already gotten on the board for the Wranglers in the first. That's the only goal of the game so far, as the Wranglers try and work it into the offensive zone. Oklahoma has none of that. They'll send it back out to center ice, where the Wranglers will dump it back down for an icing. 19-19 to go in the second period. So, a lot of hockey to be played. Good crowd here at the Budweiser bullpen. Fans are getting into it. See a few of those Barbie night jerseys that were up for auction last weekend. Got a few of those in the house. The draw will be to the right of McDonough. Bounces around a bit, goes to the near wall. Warriors chomp it up to the line for a shot that goes wide. Comes to the far half wall. Contested puck. Wranglers come away with it. Pukinen moves it towards the center ice logo. Papaspropoulos tries to get around the defender. Oklahoma applying the pressure here. Comes to the stick of Jeffers. He'll swing out on the right side of his net and start a new breakout for the Wranglers. Neutral zone. Puck comes to Brenner. twist away from the forecheck of Pukinen. Was a pass from number 7, Caden Nelson of the Warriors. Dangerous chance there, but good awareness there from Connor McDonough to able to get a glove on that puck and freeze it down. Minute 21 into the second frame. Draw will be to the left of McDonough in the far circle of the Wranglers zone. Off the draw, Oklahoma wins it, but a little too cleanly as it goes all the way back down into their own zone, where Duras will have to slow it down. Right side breakout goes to Carlisle. Turnover in their own zone comes to Tommy Chunchikov. Will shoot! And a glove save by Duras. Standing in the way of him getting his first point was the glove of Daniel Duras, and he's able to snag that one out of midair to keep the game a one-goal game. Good forecheck by the Wranglers, was able to create that turnover in the offensive zone, leading to that chance from Chunchikov. Off the draw, won by McDonald. Take a shot. It was off the side of the net. Ben Ivey holds it in at the line. He'll backhand it to the near side wall. Trickles to the Warriors. And they'll work it back out to center ice. Puck rolls into the Wranglers zone, skating after it. With a lot of speed. It's Peter Rosa. Work it back up to the line. Chesler moves it right side. Fleming will dump it below the goal line. Gagnon comes away with the puck on his stick. Will chop it up ahead for McDonald. Moves it into the neutral zone for Chunchikov. Chasing after it. Wranglers applying the pressure here. McNaughton gets it to McDonald to skate to the high slot. Move in, take a shot, and it just goes over the net. He'll pick up the rebound, though. Jack centering one to the slot, looking for Grayson Gerhardt. Hits a stick, goes up in the air, comes to Gagnon. Now to McDonald at the line. Tries to shimmy around the pressure from Rosa, but he has to come back out to neutralize, so he'll just dump it in. Elliott swings it left side. Warriors in the neutral zone lose the puck. Gerhardt has it on his stick. Feels the pressure from Rosa. The Wranglers will have to reload in their own zone. As they'll fire it down the length of the ice, that'll be an icing on the Wranglers. Just a little under 3 minutes into the second period. Grayson Gerhardt out there for the Wranglers. In fact, Grayson Gerhardt and Sebastian Speck of the Warriors both played together last season on the Little Caesars under-18 club. They're very familiar with each other. I'm sure that after the game, they'll probably snap a picture together. As a centering pass is picked off by Gerhardt. He'll move towards his right, over the red line, dump it in. Chasing after it is Morris. Oklahoma with the puck along the end boards will backhand it to their left, and now their right is Gross-Didier. Take a centering pass, goes off the stick, hops off the end boards and back out to center. Chesler, the newest members of the Oklahoma Warriors, loses an edge in his own zone, plays it back to his D partner in Vig. Back to Chesler. And now in the neutral zone, Oklahoma will roll it into the Wranglers' territory. Gross-Didier in the far corner of the Amarillo zone. Race Day in there, along with Henry McRoberts. Howard's able to kick it off the end boards. Looking for Speck, although quick to cut him off is Wranglers defenseman TJ Ritchie. Puck rolls back out to center. Oklahoma fires it in. Delayed offsides on the Warriors. McRoberts finds McNaughton. Tries to go back to McRoberts. Off the skate back to McNaughton. Carry it over the center ice logo. Work it over the offensive line. Lose it as he gets caught between a Warriors sandwich. Puck rolls back to Drew Jeffers. He'll regroup and reload for the Wranglers. Left side attack. Goes up into the Wranglers bench. And so that'll give us a stoppage with to record a shot here in the second period as far as the video board in-house is concerned. Although if memory serves me right, I could have sworn that they had at least one. Nonetheless, the shot counts right now is 13-10 in favor of the Wranglers. Puts it off for DeMarco. They'll trade places. Unable to corral it is Jacob Miller. And the Warriors will carry it out over the red line and loft it into the Wranglers zone. Warriors able to get a change on the forecheck. Trace Day tries to get it back to McGuire, and he does. Finds Miller left side over the Warriors line. Has to go back from McGuire, who's below the circle. Defensive stick gets in the way of that. And the Wranglers, good poke by Jeffers to get the puck away from him. Comes to Papaspropoulos. And right side, he'll gain center red. Now Warriors blue, he'll dump and chase. Getting in the way of that is Brenner. Loose puck is picked up by Oklahoma. They'll send it left side. It'll be picked up by Riley Bruick. The Warriors go back on offense. Here they come. Brenner over the Wranglers line takes a shot. The Warriors are offside on that attempt. 14:23 to go in the second period. Get another neutral zone draw. This time it'll be in front of the Warriors bench. Another thing that the Wranglers did so well in the first period was shutting down the Warriors when they were trying to come over the Wranglers' blue line, forcing them into offsides or just forcing them to dump the puck in. Good defensive showing from the Wranglers so far here this evening. It's Gagnon in center red. Will rim it around into the Warriors zone. Pops up along the far half wall for Roman Zapp. He'll muscle away from a few defenders. Finds Pukinen below the goal line. Back up to Gagnon at the near point. Slide it across for Williams. He'll skate in, take a shot, goes off a stick of Zapp. Redirection just went wide. Picked up back near point by Gagnon. He'll take a shot. And it goes out of play. So 6:04 into the second period. Still a 1-0 lead for the Wranglers. Draw will be to the left of Duras, the near circle of the Oklahoma zone. Out comes the Ivy, McDonald, and Chunchikov line. And on defense, it's Williams and Gagnon for the Wranglers. Draws one by Oklahoma. Fleming will bank it off the boards, but not out. Held in by Ben Ivy. He'll kick it to himself, just can't get a shot away. Helping him out is Gagnon. Move towards his right. Near side, Gagnon loses the puck to Oklahoma. Pass is intercepted by Chunchikov. Still held in. He'll work it down low. Save made by Duras. Wranglers once again hold it in, but chance to stymie by the Warriors as they come away with the puck. Left side, Carlisle spins into the slot. Unable to get a shot away as he's directed to the corner. Across, finds Elliott. Takes a shot. Save made by McDonough. Picked up by Chunchikov, and he'll skate it back out to the red line as he's still going. Bank it off the wall and chase after it. Good forecheck here from Tommy Chunchikov. McNaughton again on the forecheck, almost is able to come away with the puck deep in Oklahoma territory. Now here's Luke Morris applying a thunderous hit on Fleming at the near corner. Wranglers still can't come away with the puck, but the forecheck has been excellent so far. From the neutral zone, Ritchie will tap the puck back into Oklahoma territory. Elliott will come out and send it left side for Vig. Wranglers throwing their bodies around here in the second period. Seen a big thunderous hit in the corner there. And now in the neutral zone, a few bodies collide as Oklahoma dumps it in. Sends to the line for Brenner. Left side, Vig goes around Morris. Will send it between the circles, looking for Rosa. Goes off his skate and comes back to Morris. He'll gain center red and flip it deep into Oklahoma territory. At least it looked like he gained center red, although the linesmen say that he did not, and so it'll be an icing on the Wranglers. 12:20 to go in the second period. It's a 1-0 lead for the Wranglers. Only goal of the game was scored with 5:31 to go in the first period. It was Ben Ivy, who was unassisted. Draw will be to the right of Connor McDonough in the Wranglers zone. Off that draw, puck is directed to the near corner. Rolls around a bit, gets pinned up along the yellow line that runs along the boards. Oklahoma will bank it off the inboards. The late penalty here as the arm is raised. And we'll see who the guilty culprit is. Looks like for the second time this evening, well, let's see. The door to the Warriors penalty box is open, and it will be Oklahoma. So the Wranglers played the "We Just Got Hosed" video on the video board, but turns out, in fact, that actually went their way, as it's a roughing call against Oklahoma. With 12:07 to go in the second period. So the first time this evening, the Wranglers will head to the power play. When the draw, get it to the line for Gagnon. Towards his right, finds Puganin near circle. Back up to Gagnon. Left point, Ben Ivy. Back to Gagnon. He'll drift in, move towards his right. Centering pass for McDonald, and his shot just goes off the end boards. Didn't miss it by much. As Gagnon holds it at the line. Puck rolls to Fleming at the half ball, and he will backhand it into the Wranglers zone. Oklahoma gets a change on the penalty kill unit. Is moving with speed is Papaspropoulos. He'll dump it in, chase after it. Near corner, Alex Papaspropoulos. Drops it off for Pukanen. Topi Pukanen drops it off for McDonald. We'll go the opposite direction, find Papaspropoulos near half wall. Backhands it to the line for Gagnon. Left point, Ben Ivy back to the line for Gagnon. Nolan Gagnon directing traffic here as he moves towards his right, shimmies, finds Ben Ivy. Left side, shot! Blocker saved by Duras. Rebound is just whacked below the net. And it was played with a high stick. It's a bit of a baseball-style play from Alex Papaspropoulos. Trying to whack that puck out of midair. But that'll give us a stoppage with 1:04 to go on the penalty and 11:11 to go in the second period. The draw will actually come back all the way to the Wranglers zone to the right of McDonough in the near circle. So a bit of a setback here on the power play for Amarillo. Draw is won by Oklahoma. And they will just backpedal into their own zone, kill some time. Right side, Morris to the middle looking for McNaughton. His redirection went wide. Back to DeMarco, left point, Williams. Flies it across for a one-timer from Zapp. Save made by Duras. And the puck is picked up by Oklahoma, and they'll clear. A few good chances for the Wranglers there on that opportunity. Just couldn't find a way to put it home. DeMarco, left side, McNaughton gains Warriors blue. Finds Zapp. Left side, he'll curl in the far corner. Gets it to the line for DeMarco. Cross for Williams, a one-timer. And he scores! Trey Williams! 2-0 Wranglers! Bit of a knuckle puck there from Trey Williams. Might have gotten deflected out in front. Either way, the Wranglers have a 2-0 lead. It's going to be a power play goal, and it belongs to Connor McNaughton. So it did get redirected out in front, and it's Connor McNaughton picking up his third goal of the season. And I've been saying the last couple of games, if the Wranglers should just find a way to get Connor McNaughton going, maybe in good shape. Well, now he's got a goal in each of his last 2 games. So number 27 for Amarillo makes it a 2-0 game on the power play. Assists going to Trey Williams and Kyle DeMarco. Comes with 10:21 to go in the second period. So for the Wranglers, they have a 2-goal lead on the defending champs. They lead the shot count 16-11. They're in good shape. Just one of those plays where the Wranglers were able to cycle the puck around on the power play, go point to point. Williams a one-timer, a bit of a knuckle puck there. Hits a stick out in front, ends up being the stick of Connor McNaughton. And it finds its way behind Daniel Duras. And the Wranglers have a 2-0 lead. Off the ensuing draw, Wranglers win it. DeMarco gains center ed, will dump it back in. Out to play it is Duras. Slide it along the far side boards. Wranglers hold it in. DeMarco draw will come back down to the Oklahoma zone. Well, the Wranglers' forecheck really has been the story of this game. As it seems like when the Wranglers don't have the puck on their own sticks, they don't have possession, they're doing a really good job of trying to get it back and forcing the Warriors into making ill-advised decisions, or just plain old stealing the puck away from them. Bit of a false start on the draw, so we'll do it again. They're fired up here in downtown Amarillo. Papaspropoulos takes a shot, goes wide. Picked up by Topi Pukkanen at the near half wall. Tries to jam it down low for Papaspropoulos. Puck gets pinned up along the near corner. And they kick in there to pinch the puck in. As Oklahoma will send it back out to center and then down to McDonough. So Wranglers with a 2-0 lead, looking to add to it. As here they come out of their own zone into center ice. Puck is loose for a moment. Oklahoma is able to corral it and dump it in. Chasing after it is Carlisle. Pukkanen beats him to the puck. As puck is still up for grabs. Coming with his Carlisle one-timer there from Riley Bruick. Breaks his stick, and another brilliant save by McDonough on the second opportunity for Oklahoma. Warriors looking to cut the Wranglers' lead in half. And just bad luck on the broken stick. Right side, Papaspropoulos with that left side. As he'll dump it in. Teams trade possession here in the neutral zone. Papaspropoulos gains the red line. Puck trickles to the Oklahoma zone. They'll carry it back out. It's Elliott working it up ahead, looking for Allen. He'll chase it in. Zach Allen feels the pressure from a few Wranglers. Gets it out to the line. Wranglers stealed away. Left side, Grayson Gerhardt gets it over the blue line. McNaughton finds a trailer. It's Ghanum, but he just couldn't corral the pass. Oklahoma sends it back out to center. Sutton, drop pass, looking for Allen. And there to break it up was Ghanum. Puck rolls to the near corner. And he rolled around to Brenner, far half wall. Gerhardt in there again, takes a hit from Allen, but he's able to get the puck to Trey Williams. Back out in the neutral zone. Puck rolls to the sticks of the Warriors. Move it right side. Bollinger carries it over the offensive line, but he's offside. 7:51 to go in the second period. Wranglers have a 2-0 lead thanks to the most recent goal from Connor McNaughton. And we'll be back in just 1 minute on the Wranglers Hockey Network, on NATV, and YouTube.
This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Budweiser bullpen, where the Wranglers have a 2-0 lead over the defending champion Oklahoma Warriors. Goals from the Wranglers were scored by Ben Ivey and most recently Connor McNaughton. Deflection out in front off of a Trey Williams shot as Ghanum will fire it hard into the offensive zone. Meeting it along the far half wall is Tommy Chunchikov. He'll send it to McDonald. Back to Ivey, who takes a shot. Save made by Duras. Shot from the line goes wide off the end boards. Williams will pinch and send it below the goal line for Jack McDonald. McDonald tries to get away from the pressure of the Warriors. Looking for a penalty. He wanted a hold. Isn't going to get it. Chesler, right side. Didier takes a shot. Goes wide. Glances off the glove of McDonough, who was reaching out for it. Nonetheless, the Wranglers will send it back out to the neutral zone. 7:08 to go in period 2. Shot from the line, save made by McDonough. Rebound. It's chopped at, goes up in the air, glove down, long change. As the Warriors lose it at center ice, Trace Day finds McGuire streaking ahead. Of course, McGuire in, crashes into Duras. And the arm is raised. And now chaos ensues. Looks like McGuire is caught up with Fleming. Duras is just now getting to his feet. He's really going to do at that point. You just got so much momentum. You can't really stop or change direction. And so for McGuire, she ended up crashing into the Oklahoma netminder. But it looks like he's going to get a penalty. And so the Warriors will go to the power play here. We're not really sure, as I said before, what they really want McGuire to do on that play. It's not like he can just stop the force of his momentum and just change directions, but it's going to be 2 minutes for goaltender interference. They're going to head to the penalty kill for the second time tonight. Wranglers penalty kill unit did an excellent job on the first sequence. See if they can do it again here in the second period. Draw will be to the right of McDonough, near circle of the Wrangler zone as you see it on NATV. Off that draw, Warriors win it, but it goes past the D. They'll have to send it back out to center and start a new breakout. They'll dump it in, comes to the far corner. Jeffers first one on it. Gets pinned up in the corner by Dronin, the captain of the Warriors. Back to Dronin, centering pass, and they score. And Oklahoma, just like that, has cut the lead to 1. Looked like it was Caden Nelson on the goal. So the assist comes to Dronin on the Nelson goal. It's made it a 2-1 game. 6:24 to go in the second. Just added a secondary assist to Drew Sutton. So the official goal is on the power play, Caden Nelson from Dronin and Sutton to make it a 2-1 game. Battle for the puck at the Wranglers line. Pukinen comes away with it, finds Papaspropoulos into the offensive zone. Will dish it to Zapp in the corner. Spin it along to the near side boards. Ganu can't hold it in, and the Wranglers will have to regroup. It's right side, Nelson, most recent goal scorer. Tries to find Bruick. He stood up at the line. Ganu comes away with the puck. Will send it out to the blue line. For the moment, it's still in the Wranglers zone, pinned up against the boards. We'll see who comes away with it here as they're still jamming at it, poking, whacking, chopping away. It's still up against the boards. Whistle's not blown. Down goes a Warrior. Doesn't matter. Puck is finally jammed loose, and Oklahoma has it. Chesler tries to slide around Papaspropoulos, but Ganu was there to steal the puck away, and so the Wranglers lose the puck in their own zone. Carlisle, backhand shot, save made by McDonough on what looked like was going to be an easy clear from Ganu. The puck just kind of went straight up and down. Came to Carlisle and tried to go 5-hole on McDonough. But Connor was up to the task. Still a 2-1 game. We've seen 2 power play goals on each side here this evening. One for the Wranglers, courtesy of Connor McNaughton. The other most recently coming to Caden Nelson of the Warriors. Draw will be to the left of McDonough in the far circle of the Wranglers zone. 5:07 to go in the second period. Wranglers lead the shot count 19-15. McNaughton's there to take the draw for Amarillo, and he wins it. Comes to DeMarco, slides it to Jeffers. Looking for Morris up ahead along the near side wall, though he's met by a Warrior. So the Amarillo will have to regroup. Left side, Gerhard taps up ahead for Morris. He'll race after the puck and win that race. Luke Morris with the puck in the far corner. Gets pinned up by a few Warriors. McNaughton in there to help out. Puck is freed, comes to Gerhard. Now DeMarco, far point, shot goes off a leg, directed to the far corner. Comes back to Kyle DeMarco, holding in at the blue line, pressured by a few Warriors, and they're able to steal it away. Left side, Dronin takes a shot, goes off the end wall. Comes to the far side boards where Allen will send it down low. Puck comes to Howard, find Speck at the circle, take a shot, goes wide. Second attempt, also wider than that, back to Bollinger. At the line, Chesler, left side, for a shot, blocked out in front. Looked like it was a good block there from Drew Jeffers. Goes back to Speck, right point to Chesler, save made on his shot by McDonough. Second chance, screeches through the blue paints, goes off the wall. Wranglers forechecking, raise the job done, and send the puck back out to the Warriors zone. 3:46 to go in the second period. Oklahoma knocking on the door here, looking to tie the game up at 2. Get a stoppage with 3:44 to go in goal game. A neutral zone draw across from the Warriors bench. Draw is won by Oklahoma. They'll work it below the Wrangler goal line. Amarillo spins it along to the corner. Puck bounces below the goal line, comes to Sutton. He'll twist away from Ritchie. Sutton on his forehand. Work it up to the right side for Elliott. Moves it left side. Fleming, shot goes off the end wall. Held in by Sutton. He'll backhand it down low. Finds Nelson. Feels the force of TJ Ritchie. Trunchikov comes away with the puck. They'll slide it to Ivy. He'll carry it out of his own zone, now into the Oklahoma zone. He'll be far ahead of him. Oklahoma skies it back out to center, where Gagnon will survey the scene and look to break out. Throw it up ahead, glances off a stick, comes to Trunchikov. He'll chase after it. Warriors move it along further, trying to get out of their own zone. Zap steals the puck made by Duras, and the Warriors will escape any more danger. We'll roll the puck down into the Wranglers zone. Trey Williams first one on it. Drop it off for Gagnon. Nolan with his head up finds Trey Williams right side. He'll bank it off the glass. Puck rolls back to Trey. He'll have to jam it back out to center. Applying the pressure is Dronin, Warriors captain. Right side finds Carlisle in the offensive zone. Takes a shot. It's blocked. Comes to Papaspropoulos, and he will dump it into the offensive zone. Offside, Carlisle takes a hit from McNaughton. Warriors work it back out to center. Big hit by Pukinen on Dronin. Right side, Jeffers takes a shot from center ice. Save made by Duras. Comes to the corner where Vig will drop it off for Dronin. Wranglers on the forecheck, able to steal it away. It's McNaughton with the puck. Drops it off for more. Pukinen takes a shot. Blocked. Comes back to him. Can't get another shot away. Warriors will work it up to the line, but not out. DeMarco down low, looking for a redirection off the stick of Papaspropoulos. Comes to McNaughton, looking for Alex again, and it just goes through. And we get a stoppage with 1:37 to go. The net had been knocked off. Good work offensively from the Wranglers on that last sequence. Cycling the puck very well, knocking on the door. Looking for their third goal of the game, looking to restore their 2-goal lead. Draw will stay in the Oklahoma zone. It'll be to the right of Duras. McNaughton sends it to the far wall. Puck is up for grabs, comes to Gerhard. He'll work below the goal line for McNaughton on his backhand. Tries to send it up to the middle. Comes to Gerhard. Loses the puck. And now left side, moving up ahead is Peter Rosa. He'll abandon the offensive attempt as the Warriors look for a change. Wranglers find Morris in the neutral zone. Gets crunched along the near side boards as Oklahoma takes the puck away. Left side, drone in, make that Howard, dumps it below the goal line. Warriors errant pass goes all the way back down to Duras. They'll have to regroup as we're under 1 minute to go in period 2. From center ice, Speck tries to work it up ahead for Howard. Defensive stick gets in the way of that, and going the other way is Jack McDonald. McDonald gets it to Chunchikov at the near half wall. Back up to the line for Gagnon. Tries to get it back to Chunchikov, but the Warriors read it. Able to poke it back out to center where Williams will have to regroup. Chunchikov dumps it in, near corner. Ben Ivy chasing after it. Gets it to Chunchikov at the half wall. Goes across for Williams. Let's get in, shoot! And it goes up a stick and out of play. 22.7 seconds to go in the second. Wranglers will have another offensive zone draw. Looks like the draw will be to the right of Duras, far circle of the Warriors zone. Ben Ivy will take it for the Wranglers. Out there with him are Papaspropoulos and Pukinen. Off the draw. Won by the Wranglers. Shot from Papaspropoulos goes up a stick and into the protective netting, so takes about 2 seconds off the board. And so with 20.7 seconds to go, they'll just redo the draw. I guess not redo it, but really just deja vu, same scenario. This time the Warriors win it. Work it back out to the line. Glove down by Papaspropoulos and held in. They'll send it around to the near side wall where Ben Ivy's waiting for the puck. Loses it in his skates. Gets it back. Send it back up to the line for Gagnon. 5 seconds to go in the period. Time not on the Wranglers' side. Ivy turns and shoots, and it's blocked. And that'll do it for 40 minutes. Period 2 is in the books. Each team scoring 1 goal apiece. Wranglers have a 2-1 lead after 40 minutes of play. Well, looks like it's going to be another Wranglers game that comes right down to the wire. And so stick with us here on NATV and YouTube, wherever you're listening here tonight. Looks like it's going to be a fun one. It'll come right down to the last second, and who knows, maybe the Wranglers will be headed to overtime for the 3rd straight game. Stick around and find out, as we'll talk about the first 40 minutes of play, preview the next 20 here on the second intermission report coming up. We'll look at some We'll look at some scores from around the league and talk about what the Wranglers need to do in the 3rd period to come away with a victory. We will also recap all the scoring from the first 40 minutes of play. All that coming up in about 4 minutes here on the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube.
This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Wranglers Hockey Network. Second intermission here. I'm Guy Chiarenza bringing you all the action from the Budweiser bullpen, where after 40 minutes of play, it's the Wranglers 2 and the Warriors 1. Game that should come right down to the wire. It'll be an exciting finish to this one, whether it's in regulation, in overtime, shootout, remains to be seen, but either way, one thing is for certain. You should stick around and find out how this one ends between the Oklahoma Warriors and the Amarillo Wranglers. Recap the scoring here from the first 40 minutes of play with 5:31 to go in the first period. It was Ben Ivy getting on the board for the Wranglers to make it a 1-0 game, as Ben picked up his 4th goal of the season unassisted to give the Wranglers a 1-0 lead, and that's where we stood after 20 minutes of play. In the second period, each team picked up a goal apiece, and coincidentally both came on the power play, as giving the Wranglers a 2-0 lead was Connor McNaughton, who redirected a Trey Williams shot. 10:21 to go in the second period. Kyle DeMarco also picked up an assist on that goal. Now means that Kyle has 3 points in his last 2 games. Connor McNaughton also has a goal in back-to-back games. So Wranglers offense seems to be showing out, but the Warriors had other plans as they cut the Wranglers lead in half with 6:24 to go in the second period. Making it a 2-1 game was Caden Nelson of Oklahoma. One of those plays where Warriors won, puck battle in the corner, able to squirt it back to Dronin, who walked the goal line and then found Nelson in the slot. And that gave the Warriors their first goal of the game and brought them within 1. And that's where we stand after 40 minutes of play. So a power play goal for each side. Only goal that was scored 5-on-5 came from Ben Ivy in the first period. Really, Wranglers have the lead, but something that they've kind of had a little bit of trouble doing the last couple of games, most notably against Odessa when they had a 5-1 lead, is holding a lead when they have it in the second intermission. This is the Wranglers team that's still very young, still trying to learn the new system from new head coach Ryan Anderson and new assistant coach Connor Yanni. This is a Wranglers team that at times has had trouble holding the lead after 40 minutes of play. Really, again, you think back to that contest against the Jackalopes. I'm sure Ryan Anderson, while he was happy to get the win, wasn't too happy about the way his team performed in the third period, letting the Jackalopes come back in that game. Score 4 unanswered to send it to overtime. The Wranglers' Jack Ivy ultimately won that game. Jack Ivy not in the lineup here tonight, but it seems like the Wranglers are still getting scoring on the board without their leading point scorer. Ben Ivy picked up a point here tonight. McNaughton seems to be rolling a little bit. Trey Williams, since his return from injury, has looked really well. And Kyle DeMarco seems to have proven to be a bit of an offensive force here for the Wranglers on the blue line, picking up assists here and there over the last couple of games. And really, that was one of the things that the Wranglers wanted to do, was to get more scoring from the defensemen. Well, they got it in their last game against Odessa, and they've got a little bit of it here in this game against Oklahoma. So when leading after 2 periods, the Wranglers are 3-0, but there have been times where you never want to let the game get to that point. For the Wranglers, just got to find a way to keep the lead and hold it. And again, you don't really want to surrender any points in overtime either, especially to a division opponent and a team like the Oklahoma Warriors, where you get down to that nitty-gritty in the end of the season where it's like, they're 1 point ahead of us. We really would have liked to have not given up that overtime point to them earlier on in the season. Of course, it's all just here and there. At the end of the season, there's a lot of places where you can point and say, oh, it was that 1 point or it was that one game. So ultimately, all the hockey will be played, and whatever it comes down to is what it will come down to. But when you have the lead, you got to be able to hold it. For the Wranglers, so far they've done a good job of doing that, although they've had a few scares. And this is the first meeting between these two teams this season, first since their playoff series last spring. And for the Wranglers, just want to kind of just turn the page there, pick up a win here against Oklahoma, a team that's really had the Wranglers' number historically, even back when they were the Wichita Falls Warriors, when the Wranglers were in their first season in the league. Turn the page here and really start a new era where they're not little brother anymore. They're big brother to the Warriors, and they can come away with a few victories against Oklahoma and really prove that they're a force to be reckoned with here in the South Division. Check in on them and see what they're doing, and we'll preview the third period and talk a little shop here on the second intermission report. All that coming up next on the Wranglers Hockey Network, on NATV and YouTube.
This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to the second intermission report here from downtown Amarillo. We are in the Budweiser bullpen right now, where the Wranglers have a 2-1 lead over the visiting Oklahoma Warriors. Third period coming up next, and really it seems like it's going to be a low-scoring affair. Out to the slot for a one-timer from Caden Nelson that not even an NHL goalie could beat. So that one's definitely not on Connor McDonough, and for the Wranglers, it's just that one mistake ended up going in the back of their net, but otherwise they've been very sound defensively, and I really think that their forecheck has been excellent. You know, there have been at times where the Wranglers, it seems like when they don't have the puck on their sticks, they've done a good job of working to get it back, forcing the Warriors into making a few errors, maybe a few errant passes, or putting them up against the board, stealing the puck away. The Wranglers have also been really good about throwing their bodies around. They'll steal the puck away from the Warriors that way. So, I mean, I've really been impressed with the way that the Wranglers have forechecked in this game. And, of course, you got to tip your cap to the game plan from head coach Ryan Anderson and assistant Connor Yanni. I mean, they knew what they were getting with this Warriors team, a good team with a lot of prolific goal scorers. And so far tonight, they've been able to hold them to only one goal on the board and just 16 shots through 40 minutes of play. So, Wranglers have done a really good job on that front, but they want to come away with a win. They have to find a way to keep it up in the third period. And so that remains to be seen as we're just coming up on a few minutes till period 3. Looks like we got a good crowd in the building. Let's do some jersey spotting, see what we can see here in the crowd. Of course, we got those Barbie night jerseys that we saw a few nights ago that were up for auction. I see the TJ Ritchie one to my left. See another one across from me. Can't tell what it is, though. So we got some fans enjoying some pizza here at the bullpen. Saw a guy with a St. Louis Blues jersey down to my left behind the end boards. Looks like fans are having a good time here tonight here in the Budweiser bullpen, as they will look to see their Wranglers come away with the victory. See a Tampa Bay Lightning jersey across at the near half wall. A little up from that, we got a guy with that Colorado Avalanche third jersey. Wranglers will make a trip to Colorado later on this season when they take on the Colorado Grits. I believe there's a new expansion team will see Amarillo a lot towards the end of the year. Amarillo will not see them until the turn of the new calendar year. It'll be that first weekend after New Year's Day on the 5th. That's when they make their first trip to Greeley, Colorado, and see the Grit for the first game of a 3-3. So that'll be 6 straight games against the Colorado Grit. So if you thought that 5 straight games against the Warriors was a lot, guess what? We're going to see a heavy dose of the Colorado Grit later on in the season. So we'll get to some scores from around the league. The Grit, while we're speaking of them, they actually have the weekend off, as they are currently not playing, so they're in the midst of a bye week, you could say. Get to some South Division scores. Looks like the second intermission in New Mexico, the Ice Rays and the Ice Wolves. New Mexico has a 2-1 lead over Corpus Christi. Second intermission. Looks like in the first intermission from El Paso, Rhinos and Jackalopes are tied at 1. Other South Division game in action this evening is between the Mudbugs and the Brahmas over at NYTEX Sports Center. Looks like Shreveport has a 2-1 lead. Just a little over 2 minutes to go in the second period. So a lot of South Division action here this season. We're not really going to know until the final scores go final. But as it stands, Wranglers are currently 7th in the division, although they've played the least amount of games out of anybody in the South. Lone Star sits at the top, although they've played more games than anybody. They've played 14 games. So Lone Star has 19 points, El Paso in second with 18. And looks like now the Warriors have shifted into third place. They've got 17 points. They're in third. Mudbugs in fourth with 15. And after that, you got New Mexico, Colorado, and down to Amarillo. So early on in the season, we're starting to see some teams kind of from the pack. We saw Lone Star a couple weeks ago. They're a very good team. They're going to be in the mix till the end. And it seems like that's the way the Brahmas always are, is, you know, they just seem to always hang around and be in the mix in the playoffs. And this year seems to be no different. Lone Star out to a 9-4, 0-1 start to the new campaign. El Paso seems to have had a resurgence from last season. They're off to a good start. Of course, you got the defending champs there in this building right now. They're third. Shreveport, a team that was in the playoff last season, they're in the mix. And New Mexico, a team that the Wranglers saw in the preseason, looked very tough, very formidable. They're also back in the mix as well, and really remains to see. I mean, the verdict is still out on the Colorado Grit, so it remains to be seen how good of a team they really are. But I mean, just kind of taking us back to our last conversation last weekend when Harry Mahood was on the show. You know, at this point in time, I mean, you can look at the records, you can look at the points, but you also have to look at who's played who. I mean, El Paso has had a heavy dose of the Odessa Jackalopes. So, I mean, Odessa's a team that's certainly sitting at the bottom of the division. So, I mean, those are teams that played together. I mean, that's a couple of good points for El Paso. So, how good are they really? I don't really know. I mean, for me, I always say, once you get around the new calendar year, a little bit after Christmas, I get a gauge of, you know, who's doing well right now in terms of, like, who's on a hot streak, who's doing this, who's doing what. But until you get around that New Year's mark, I mean, it's all just remains to be seen. It's all just speculation, as the officials have retaken the ice, and as have the Warriors, as we were just moments away from third period action here in the bullpen. Once again, I'd like to thank you for sticking with us here this evening. I understand we had a little bit of a technical audio difficulty. Oh my gosh, tongue twister. An audio technical difficulty on the YouTube side that has since been resolved, so we apologize for that, and we thank you for sticking with us here this evening on that platform. And to all you guys watching on NATV, thank you for being here with us tonight. We understand there's a lot of sports and entertainment options out there, and we thank you for choosing the Wranglers. Hope you guys had a nice dinner or a nice snack wherever you are. You're all cozy and got a drink of your choice, and you're enjoying the game here this evening. Wranglers have come back out to the ice. They're huddled up at the bench. As we are just moments away from period 3 action here in Amarillo. Warriors will skate from left to right. Wranglers from right to left, as you see it on NATV. Wranglers in their home white jerseys with blue numbers, blue lettering, some blue striping, along with some red striping to go with it. Warriors in their dark road jerseys, a black jersey with gray numbers and gray trim. Is off the draw. Ben Ivy wins it, gets it to Jeffers. Finds DeMarco left side. He'll bank it off the boards and roll it into Oklahoma territory. Puck bounces in front of Duras. Warriors will send it back out to the Wranglers defense. No. Puck gets chopped to McDonald, far half wall. Dishes it to Ivy, to Jeffers. Across. DeMarco shot and a save made on that attempt by Duras. Good puck movement by the Wranglers in the early stages of the third period. Just 31 seconds off the clock in period 3 so far. Wranglers get a change. As off goes the IV line, on comes the Zap line with Pukinen and Papaspropoulos. On the blue line, it'll be Williams and Gagnon for Amarillo. Warriors win the draw, comes to the corner where they'll scoop it up and work it back out. To be met by the Wranglers, just jam it back in. Comes to the corner. Zap. It's caught up between a few Warriors. Puck is pinned up in the far corner of the Warriors zone. Oklahoma is able to escape with it. They'll move it right side for Brenner. Moves up to Carlisle. Tap it off his stick, looking for Sutton in the neutral zone. Warriors will just backhand it deep into Wrangler territory. Pukinen comes away with the puck. He'll spin away from the pressure. He'll find Williams left side, working up ahead for Zap. Waiting at the Warrior blue line. They'll carry it over the line and dump it in. Wranglers get fresh bodies out there. Gerhardt comes out along with Morris and McNaughton for the Wranglers. In the neutral zone, looks like the puck went up into the Wranglers bench. Stoppage of the third period. Just a minute 28 into period 3. A neutral zone draw right on the center ice logo. Oklahoma wins it, comes to Fleming. They'll work it towards his right. Now they'll move it back to Fleming. They'll send it back to his D partner, who skates over the center ice logo, gains center red, and now Wranglers blue. Elliott below the goal line, loses it to TJ Ritchie. Move it up ahead for Gerhardt at the near half wall. He's met by Sproul. Warriors here on the forecheck in the Wranglers zone. Offensively, it's Speck. Gets pinned up along the near corner. Puck up for grabs, squeaks loose, picked up by Gerhardt. He'll twist away, send it to the line, and the Wranglers, on a block shot, get it back out to center. Oklahoma down by 1, looking to tie the game up. Will dump it in. Ritchie takes the force of a hit, but stays on his feet. He's a hard man to knock down as Morris will pick up the puck in the neutral zone, bank it off the end wall. Comes to Gerhardt, far corner, will drop it off, looking for a player in the near corner, and he's got Miller. Miller loses the puck, held in by Trace Day, gets it back to Miller. Day moving in, can't get a shot away. As Rosa takes a big hit courtesy of Trace Day. As the Warriors move in, save made by McDonough. Looked like he was trying to play that puck. Wasn't able to get a lot on it. It's a centering attempt for Rosa. He can't get a shot away. Comes to the line for Vig. He'll move into the far circle, take a shot, goes up the stick of Miller, and out of play. 16:58 to go in the third period. Both teams trading excellent scoring opportunities here to start the third. Fans give a round of applause for Connor McDonough as they announce that he has had the save of the game. This draw will be to his right, the far circle of the Wranglers zone. And to take it for Amarillo is Ben Ivy. Across the rim is Dronitz. The captains will battle here. Draw is won by Oklahoma. Get it to the far point for Vig. He'll take a shot, goes off the end boards. Picked up by Brenner. Gets it to the line for Bollinger. He'll work it down deep again. Finds Nelson, the only Warriors goal scorer, behind the net. Chips to the circle for a one-timer by Brenner that goes wide and out. Chasing after it is Vig. McDonald there applying the pressure. Oklahoma gets it back out to center. Move it left side looking for Bollinger. He'll spin it in, comes around the near side wall and back out to the Oklahoma zone. So Warriors will just pick the puck back up and go right back on the attack. As Vig moves it right side, finds Elliott. Gets it to Nelson, who will fire it in. Left side, Sutton. Tries to get it to Urich. And Sutton will come away with the puck from the pile. Twists away from the pressure of Gagnon. Centering pass goes off a stick. And the Wranglers will chomp it back out to center. Racing after it is Tommy Chunchikov. Winning that race is Elliott. He'll chop it up ahead. He finds Riley Bruick. He'll take a shot. Save made by McDonough. And the puck will be lifted up and out of play with 15:43 to go in the third. Looks like the draw will be in the neutral zone across from the Wranglers bench. On the near side boards. Roman Zapp will take it for Amarillo. Speck wins it. Puck goes back into the Warriors zone where Duras will drop it off for Chesler. Left side finds Sproul. He will drop it back for Chesler as he was met by Papastropoulos at his own blue line. 3-1 game. 1-2 punch from the Wranglers, and they're back on the board. So the Wranglers restore their 2-goal lead as it's Roman Zapp from Alex Papastropoulos. And really that play started because of what Alex Papastropoulos was able to do at the Oklahoma blue line. Able to first shut down the exiting attempt, made the Warriors backpedal, and then was able to stand them up again, steal the puck away, and send it into the, well, he went the other way into the Warriors zone, was able to find Zapp, and they played a bit of catch, and then Zapp was able to finish it off with the one-timer on the cross-crease pass from Papastropoulos to make it a 3-1 game. Off the ensuing draw, DeMarco dumps it in. Oh, an unlucky bounce for the Wranglers and a save made by Duras. Unreal. Took a crazy bounce off the stanchion. Net was wide open, and somehow Duras was able to make the save. Left side, Rosa comes out of his own zone. Puck banked off the skate of McNaughton. Warriors get it back. Moving in is Elliott. Shutting down that attempt was Grayson Gerhard. Great back check there from the Wranglers. DeMarco finds Morris. Make that McGuire. As the puck stopped, we got a stoppage of play here with 14:40 to go in the third. So the goal that gave the Wranglers a 3-1 lead, Roman Zapp picks up his second goal of the year from Alex Papastropoulos to make it a 3-1 game. 4:40 into the third. Fleming now off the draw, moves it towards his right for Elliott, gains center red, will roll it in behind McDonough, picked up by Gagnon. He will skate out to open ice, gains center red, now Warriors blue, will stop at the line. McDonald chops the puck up to Chunchikov, back to McDonald, moving to the slot, just couldn't get the shot away. Warriors poke it back out to center. Nolan Gagnon, left side for Trey Williams. Find Chunchikov, who taps it off his stick deep into Warrior territory. Below the goal line, Chunchikov to far point for Gagnon. Drift towards the middle. Now elects to just throw it below the goal line, rolls along to the near corner. Picked up by Dronin. Ben Ivey trying to steal the puck away, but Dronin will bank it off the boards and send it down past McDonough for an icing. So for the Warriors, a lot of tighter bodies will have to stay out there on the next draw with 13:45 to go in the third. Raul's recent goal scorer of the game. With that goal, Zapp has now joined the double-digit club with Jack Ivey and Topi Pukkanen in terms of points. He's got 2 goals and 8 assists on the season. He's off the draw. Papaspropoulos can't hold it at the line. Wranglers would like to just change possession. Ritchie finds Zapp left side in the neutral zone. Goes right side for Pukkanen. Topi Pukkanen on his backhand. Moves to his forehand and a save made by Duras on that chance. Good chance there from the Finnish forward of the Wranglers. Just wasn't able to beat Duras on that attempt. Draw will stay in the Warriors zone. This time it'll be to the left of Duras, far circle of the Warriors zone. Excellent showing offensively and defensively for the Wranglers here so far in this game. As off the draw, Gerhard send it below the goal line. He's looking for Morris. Instead found a Warrior. Homa sends it back out to the neutral zone where Jeffers will quickly regroup and roll it into Oklahoma territory. As at the far half wall, Howard has it. He'll move away from Gerhard, go up the middle, move it towards his right, where Nelson will slide it below the Wrangler goal line. Gerhard comes away with the puck, stolen away from him by Howard, who's right side. Brenner flags it down, takes a few bounces. He gets pinned up along the near half wall. McNaughton steals the puck away, left side. Connor McNaughton over the blue line, takes a shot. Save made by Duras. He'll keep the play moving, at least he wanted to. The whistle is blown, and so we get a stoppage with 12:28 to go in the third. Wranglers have done an excellent job forechecking in this game. Really been impressed by the forecheck of Grayson Gerhard so far in this game. Really not just his forecheck, but also he's also displayed great back-checking abilities as well. And of course, the forecheck by Alex Papaspropoulos was the play that led to the Roman Zapp goal. It's off the draw. McDonald takes a shot. It's blocked out at the high slot, picked up by Bruick. Takes a big hit from Ghanaian in front of the Wranglers bench, and they cheer in approval. As the Wranglers work it out to center. Chunchikov, right side, shimmies over the blue line. Tommy Chunchikov sends it towards the middle. It's blocked by Brenner. And the Warriors will escape their own zone. Left side, Vig, deep into Wrangler territory. Takes a hit from Ghanaian. Keeps the puck on his stick. Backhands it to Sutton. Try and center it up to the high slot for Elliott. Takes a shot, goes off the end wall. Bounces out the back of the net. Picked up by Oklahoma. Carlisle centers and they score. Oklahoma back within one. Riley Bruick picks up the goal. So it's a 3-2 game. Oklahoma back within one yet again. And the goal comes courtesy of Riley Bruick. That is going to be his first goal of the year. Assists coming from Owen Carlisle and Dominic Elliott to make it a one-goal game yet again. Warriors win the ensuing draw. Go D to D, off the glove of DeMarco. He's clicked to flag it down. Moves left side, gets it to Gerhard, but he gets crunched and loses the puck. In the neutral zone, McNaughton picks the pocket of the Warriors, gets it to Gerhard. Send it below the goal line. Around to the near side wall, work it up to the near point for DeMarco. Pitches it down to the near half wall, but the Wranglers a little bit discombobulated, couldn't locate the puck, and the Warriors go the other way. Diagonally, they send it to the near corner. Sproul in the mix, along with Allen for Oklahoma. Jeffers there for the Wranglers, able to kick it out to Morris. Will skate over his own blue line, now center red, and backhand it to the Warriors' defense. Wranglers working in deep. Topi Puukkonen below the goal line. It's shadowed by a few Warriors. You've got him pinned up. He'll work the puck loose to Papaspropoulos. Will skate to the high slot. Alex on his forehand. Drifts towards his left. Moves it into the middle. Puukkonen has it. Takes a turning shot. It's blocked. And the Warriors take the puck and will skate it out of their own zone. Good block there by Oklahoma. Sending pass from the wall. Call. Druin takes a shot from the slot and a save made by McDonough. And after the whistle, bodies come together, but not a whole lot of pushing and shoving, as that'll send us to our third period media timeout. Come back in 1 minute and we'll find out how this one ends.
Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Budweiser bullpen, where the Wranglers have a 1-goal lead over the Warriors at the score of 3-2. Wranglers lead the shot count 25-22. Looks like this game is going to come right down to the final minute between two South Division rivals. From the corner of their own zone, Zap comes away with it. Most recent goal scorer. Moves it left side for Puukkonen. We'll try and center it back for Zap. Goes through everybody. Be picked up by Papaspropoulos along the far wall. The Wranglers will have to retreat back to their own zone. DeMarco, left side, gains center red. Will dump it in, goes around the boards. Picked up by Puukkonen, far half wall. It's met by a cluster of Warriors. Worked back out to the red line. McDonald tries to dump it in. Glove down by Brenner. Right side, Nelson will twist it into the Wranglers zone. 9:30 to go in period 3. Wranglers news defenseman Drew Jeffers, who's acquired from the Colorado Grit. Earlier in the week, we'll move it left side. It's shut down in the neutral zone. Puck ping-pongs around for a bit. Goes up the stick of Ben Ivy, and looks like the puck is out of play. Well, no, looks like it went up into the pants of Ben Ivy, who just reaches in, pulls the puck out, and hands it to the referee. Looks like this is going to be a defensive zone draw for the Wranglers. I mean, I doubted myself for a second. I saw that puck go up into the pants of Ivy, and I was like, I mean, that's exactly where it was. Draw is won by Oklahoma. Get it to the line for a shot by Elliott that goes wide. Will be picked up by McDonald along the far wall. He'll send it high and up into the air as it goes down in the neutral zone. Picked up Fleming, takes a shot, goes off a stick. Hits the glass along the end boards. Centering pass. Save made by McDonough on Bruick on the one-timer. Oh, man. Connor McDonough. Excellent save to keep the game within one. It's one of those plays where the Wranglers just let the Warriors center the pass below their own goal line. One-time attempt, and McDonough was able to read it like a book. Tell you what, it's not for Connor McDonough. It's a 3-3 game right there. I mean, I know they already Donna's left on the near circle of the Wranglers zone. Roman Zap will take it for Amarillo. Draw is won by Oklahoma. Quick shot off the draw goes over the head of McDonough. Met by Papaspropoulos on the far half wall. He'll flip it up ahead for Puukkonen. The puck just hops up his stick and into the penalty box, and so that is a puck out of play with 8:34 to go in period 3. Connor McDonough seems to become a folk hero in the town of Amarillo just based off of what he was able to do at the tail end of last season. I mean, the impressive winning streak, the 4 shutouts, was able to send the Wranglers to their first ever postseason appearance. Now here he is back for more this season, and he's off to a really good start. As off the neutral zone draw, Oklahoma wins it. Left side, Bruick gains center red, sends it diagonally to the near corner, where racing after it was Carlisle. Try to send it back up to the line, but the puck splits the D, and will come all the way back down to Duras, who leaves it behind his net to play it. Gets caught up in the skates of Pukkanen. Centering attempt, save made by Duras, and oh boy, bad turnover for the Warriors. Wranglers able to do some good work, force a turnover behind Duras. The netminder came out to play it, but unfortunately for the Wranglers, they weren't able to capitalize on that chance. It's still a one-goal game. On the far circle of the Warriors zone, Ben Ivy to take it for Amarillo. Across from him is Dronin. Dronin wins that draw, banks it off the end wall. Off the draw, Dronin rolls down, back up to his feet. Picked up by Jack McDonald in the neutral zone. Left side finds Ben Ivy. He'll wheel it around to the far side wall looking for Chunchikov. He's got him. Tommy Chunchikov tries to work the puck back in deep. Gets it stolen by Dronin. Left side, Howard over the offensive line. Tries to center it down low, looking for Brenner's shot there from Nelson, hits the side of the net, and McDonough's down. His mask is off, and oh boy, hopefully Connor McDonough's going to be okay. Stops the clock with 7:42 to go in the third period. McDonough's mask is off, and he's on all fours right now. Now he's up on two knees. Is Ben Ivy now down to talk to McDonough, trying to get a word on seeing if he's going to be okay tonight. His backup is Luka Gons, who we saw in the last game against the Odessa Jackalopes. McDonough's now back up to his feet. He gets an applause from the Wranglers crowd. Looks like Connor McDonough is going to stay in the game, which is good news for Wranglers fans. Meanwhile, we've got a discussion between Ryan Anderson and the head official. See if anything transpires after that play. Is Ryan Anderson getting an explanation? As far as I'm concerned, there's no penalty on the play. Wranglers lead the game 3-2. Looks like we are going to resume live action 5-on-5. McDonough will stay in the game. So, again, good news for Wranglers fans. Connor McDonough will get back up to his feet and stay in this one. Draw is won by the Warriors. Quick shot, save made by McDonough. Comes to the line. Elliott gets it stolen away from him. Racing after it is McNaughton. Connor McNaughton is able to try and slide around Elliott, but last second the Warriors defenseman is able to jam the puck away. Finds the puck back on his stick. Finds Sutton in the neutral zone. Glances off his stick. Jeffers meets it in the far corner. Works up to the far half wall. Comes to Jeffers once again, and he'll tap it off the boards and down into the Warriors zone. We get a stoppage for an icing with 7:09 to go. Looks like Jacob Miller wants a piece of Fleming. Make that Luke Morris. Looks like Luke Morris wanted to go with Fleming, but Fleming was like, no, not gonna have it. Looks like both penalty box doors are open. So for my money, looks like we're going to have a 4-on-4, for some 4-on-4 action here. They may just have them offset. Remains to be seen. It's like 2 minutes for roughing each. So it will be 4-on-4. So that'll open the ice up a little bit. As off the draw, puck comes to Jack McDonald. In the neutral zone, Williams will send it back to Ben Ivy. Wranglers looking to carefully plan their breakout here with some extra open ice here in the late stages of the third period. Williams skates over the center ice logo. We'll once again drop it back for Gagnon. Wranglers working out a very methodical approach to how they want to attack this thing here. Gagnon just taking his time. These teams got the lead, so no reason for him to hurry. His right side, McDonald over the red line. Warriors blue. A twist to his forehand, tried to send it back to Gagnon. Pass is intercepted by Sutton. He quickly goes the other way. Sutton to the goal. Poke check save and a score on the rebound. And he's tied the game at 3. McDonough came out, tried to make a poke check save. He was able to get his paddle on the puck, but it went back up into the chest of Sutton, who was able to poke it back into the back of the net to tie the game up at 3. So that goal comes 4-on-4. So Drew Sutton picks up the goal. It's going to be his 8th of the year. We'll stay 4-on-4. It's off the ensuing draw. Goal is unassisted. As Wranglers look to get that one back. Jeffers throws it below the goal line, finds Puukkonen. Back up far point for DeMarco. Slide it across for Jeffers. He'll take a shot that goes wide, looking for a stick out in front. But nobody was home. Bruick to Dronen. Gets it back to Sutton. Take a shot, goes off a stick and wide of the goal. Rebound will be picked up by Puukkonen. Loses it for a moment. Warriors steal it away. 21 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Left side, Chesler works it into the Wranglers zone. Centering attempt is blocked. Comes to Carlisle, gets it to Howard at the point. Will send it down low. McRoberts picks up the puck. Left side breakout. Puukkonen gets it to Papaspropoulos, and we're back to 5-on-5. Morris is out of the box, as is Fleming. TJ Ritchie from behind his own goal. Different circumstances now for the Wranglers. It's a tie game. Just a little under 5 minutes to go in the third. Fleming and Elliott play catch from their own zone. Fleming will roll up ahead for Carlisle. It's stolen away from Ritchie. He'll work it out to the neutral zone. He was looking for Luke Morris. Fleming comes away with it. Over towards his right, finds Elliott. Will play catch once more as Oklahoma looks to plan the attack here. Right side, Allen rolls it off the near boards, sends it below the goal line. Trey Williams comes away with the puck, loses it at the line to Elliott. He'll slide away from the pressure, roll it down, the leap. Centering pass goes off a stick, comes to McDonald. He'll twist around and find Chunchikov in the neutral zone. Tommy will dump it into himself. He'll race after it. Warriors come away with the puck. They'll send it out to the right side. Applying pressure is Ben Ivy. He's able to steal the puck away. Picks the pockets of the Warriors. Left side, Chunchikov centering shot. Save made by Duras. McDonald tries to center one for Chunchikov. Pass was too hard for him. Went off his skate. The Warriors will chip it back out to center. 3:36 to go in period 3. Game is tied at 3. Centering pass comes to Speck. Gets it up to the near point for Elliott, who takes a shot. And the save is made by McDonough, and he'll hold with 3:26 to go in regulation. Back and forth game. Wranglers got the first 2, and then ever since it was trading goals. As first it was Ben Ivy, then it was Connor McNaught, and Wranglers jumped out to a 2-goal lead. And then Caden Nelson made it 2-1. Roman Zapp made it 3-1. And then The Warriors, Riley Bruick, made it 3-2, and then most recently 3-3 off the goal from Drew Sutton. Papaspropoulos for a shot. Ping-pongs off a few skates and works its way to the near wall. DeMarco can't hold in at the blue line. Wranglers will regroup after DeMarco just dumps it in after gaining the red line. Oklahoma now. Left side, Bruick gains Wranglers blue, slides it across for Sutton, takes a funny hop off the boards, picking it up is Puukkonen. He'll dump it in, he's due for a change. Warriors looking to exit their own zone. It's Fleming with the puck on his stick right now. He'll just wait behind his own goal as the far side wall where it's contested. And it'll roll along to the near side corner where Williams will backhand it for Gagnon. Loses the puck though. Comes to Dronin. Gagnon trying to get it back. Dronin spins around. Gets it to Howard. Defending him is Wranglers captain Ben Ivey. Players converge in the far corner of the Wranglers zone. Puck is pinned up against the boards with under 2 minutes to go. Howard, centering pass. Good defensive play by Nolan Gagnon to break up that attempt. We get a whistle with 1:48 to go in period 3. Looks like the Wranglers are going to call a timeout here. So Ryan Anderson will use his 30-second timeout, try and draw up a play here late in regulation with 1:48 to go in period 3. And what's been a back and forth affair between two highly skilled teams in the South Division. Both have their sights set on not just making the playoffs, but winning the division and then getting the Robertson Cup. The Warriors, it's what they wanted to do last season, and they were able to achieve it as they are defending Robertson Cup champions. Had to go through Amarillo in the first round last season to do so. Wranglers looking to build upon their first postseason appearance. Not only just make the playoffs, but make some noise in said playoffs. But it's these kind of games for the Wranglers that you have to find ways to win. That's what good teams do. And while it's still early on in the season, Wranglers have a tough opponent here in the Oklahoma Warriors. I mean, the defending champs. It really is a good benchmark for the Wranglers to find out where they are at this point in the season against a highly skilled Warriors team that's 8-3-1 to start the new campaign. So far, it seems like the Wranglers have done a good job of rising to the occasion and being up for the task. But the only question is can they come away with 2 points? The draw will be to the left of McDonough in the Wranglers zone, near circle. Ivy will take it along with Owen Carlisle. Carlisle wins the draw. Quick shot, save made by McDonough. Rebound, save made by McDonough again. Puck rolls to him and he'll cover. Diving save by Connor McDonough on the second chance. What a night for Connor McDonough. And once again, he gets loud applause from the crowd here tonight. $1:41 to go in period 3. Warriors knocking on the door there. McDonough shut it closed. The ensuing draw. Carlisle turns, shoots, snared out of the air by McDonough. Once again, the Wranglers netminder making another critical save in the waning moments of the third. Wranglers win the next draw. Directed below the goal line. Coming away with it is Bruick on his forehand. Moves to the near side wall. Tries to center one. Goes off the stick and comes to McNaughton. Moves it right side for Jack McDonald. Into Warriors territory, but he were just offside as they deemed that Connor McNaughton was just a little too far ahead. And McNaughton was just like, no, man, no, you got the wrong call. Just looking up to the rafters saying, yeah. Warriors bench. As off that draw, Warriors win it. We'll get it to Brenner. He'll send it to his D partner, Elliott. Left side, works it to the neutral zone, stolen away by Zapp. Roman Zapp quickly moving ahead, tries to center one for Papaspropoulos, glances off the stick of a Warrior, but not out. Zapp is able to throw it back into the offensive zone. Elliott, left side, finds Howard. We're under a minute to go here in period 3. Right side, Pukanen moving in, will go below the goal line, move to his forehand. Kobe Pukanen finds Roman Zapp, up to the line for Gagnon. Nolan Gagnon sends it to the slot, and he scores! Nolan Gagnon finds Roman Zapp out in front for his second of the game. And with 38.5 seconds to go, the Wranglers have a 4-3 lead. Never a dull moment in Amarillo as the Wranglers, in the late stages of the third period, somehow find a way. Hit the stick of Zapp out in front, went between the wickets of Duris. And with 38.5 seconds to go, the Wranglers have the lead. Interestingly enough, the Warriors have elected to not take their timeout. And so we'll play on off the next draw. Wranglers win it. Jeffers will flip it into the offensive zone. Said that the puck is played with a high stick, and so we'll get a stoppage with 32.3 seconds to go in period 3. Seconds away from being the game winner. Assisting him on the goal is Nolan Gagnon, and off the draw they score! Connor McNaughton ices the game. 5-3 Wranglers. Well. Connor McNaughton picks up his second in the game. Heard what I was just saying about Roman Zapp with his 2-goal performance and says, hey, you know what? I can match it. As McNaughton has picked up his second of the game. To make it a 5-3 game in the late stages of the third. Just 8 seconds after the Zapp goal. Net is empty for the Warriors. They've got some catching up to do. Left side, Dronin works it into the Wranglers zone, picked up by DeMai. Met by DeMarco, he'll flip it back out. Puck bouncing in the circle, comes to Chunchikov, and he will send it to the Warriors zone, and that'll do it. Smoke him if you got him. Wranglers win. Wranglers win 5-3, and happy smiles all around in Amarillo. As the Wranglers pick up a very big win against the defending champs. Wranglers win 5-3. Big game from Connor McDonough as he stopped 25 of 28 in the win. As the Wranglers will move back out to center ice, the win song Forever in Blue Jeans plays, and they will salute their home crowd as the Wranglers will improve to 6-4-1 on the season. Warriors will fall to 8-4-1 as post-game show starts now on the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube, as once again Wranglers come away with the 5-3 victory against the Warriors. Really a close game. Got to give credit to the Warriors who were able to battle back every time the Warriors took the lead, but Wranglers, the key word tonight was resiliency. Wranglers were very resilient in a game where they were tested heavily by the Oklahoma Warriors, a very good team, defending champions, off to a good start here this season. Wranglers are able to weather the storm really and just find a way to defeat the Warriors as Wranglers jumped out to a 2-goal lead. It was Ben Ivey who scored first with 5:31 to go in the first period, came unassisted. Ben did himself, worked his way into the high slot, took a shot, beat Duras, made it one play. It seems the Wranglers just cycled the puck around, worked it to the blue line. DeMarco found Williams. Williams took a one-timer, was deflected by McNaughton out in front, and that gave the Wranglers the 2-0 lead. That's of their own. The assists went to Dronin and Sutton. Came with 6:24 to go in period 2 to make it a 2-1 game. So you head to the second intermission with the Wranglers leading 2-1. Could they find a way to close it out? The answer, yes, and in dramatic fashion, as Roman Zapp jumped the Wranglers out to a 2-goal lead once again, 3-1, 15:20 to go in the third. Roman Zapp on a bang-bang play, 1-2 punch from Alex Papaspropoulos made it a 3-1 game. And then the Warriors started storming back. It was Riley Bruick, 11:50 to go in period 3, getting a goal from Owen Carlisle and Dominic Elliott to make it a 3-2 game. Then later on, Drew Sutton again against Odessa. Roman Zapp deflected a shot from Nolan Gagnon from the line. Zapp was able to get a tip on it out in front of the net 0.5 seconds ago, and he's actually out there at center ice as they're interviewing after the game. I turned up my mic so you could hear it, but you wouldn't be able to from this far away. But just know he's got a smile on his face as that goal ended up being the game winner with 38.5 seconds to go in the third. 8 seconds later, Connor McNaughton saw that Roman Zapp had a 2-goal game and said, you know what, I can match that. I'm going to get my second goal of the night. As off the draw, he ripped a shot towards the goal as he made it 5-3 with 30.3 seconds to go, and that was all she wrote. Wranglers win 5-3 on a very impressive performance offensively and defensively from the Wranglers in tonight's game. You know, you look at the 3 goals on the board for Oklahoma, and you kind of say, you know, this is one of those ones where you gave up 3 goals, but really it was just every time that the Warriors were given a quality scoring chance, they were able to capitalize on it. Otherwise, the Wranglers did an excellent job of limiting the quality chances for the Warriors, did a good job of keeping pucks in front of them, shutting down the Warriors at the blue line, and really just forcing them to take routine shots from McDonough to make a few saves. And now, don't get me wrong, Connor McDonough did have to make a few game-saving saves late in the contest, but you got to tip your hat to the Wranglers defense, and of course to Connor McDonough as well. I mean, critical save when the game. I think I got to go with McDonough as the 3rd star this evening, stopping 25 of 28 here tonight in the victory. Second star would probably be Connor McNaughton, 2 goals in the contest. Had a very solid showing for the Wranglers, picked up goals 3 and 4 on the season. Seems like the Wranglers have gotten him rolling, and really that's a key piece for them moving forward, as McNaughton's a valuable asset offensively when he's clicking. He's now got 3 goals in his last 2 games, so he's starting to roll. And speaking of another guy that's starting to go on a tear, Roman Zapp, my number 1 star of the game, with 2 goals, one of them being the game winner. Roman Zapp picks up goals 2 and 3 on the year as the Wranglers pick up the victory tonight. What a game. And again, Wranglers hockey not really for the faint of heart. Really back and forth battle. Came right down to the wire. Wranglers made it interesting, as they always do. And they're once again able to come away with the victory. So this win will send the Wranglers to 13 standings points on the season. That'll jump them over the Colorado Grit, as Colorado's inactive on the weekend. Now let's check in on some scores from around the league, as the New Mexico Ice Wolves were in action tonight as well. If the New Ice Wolves lose, they'll be tied in points with the Wranglers. They just refreshed my page and learned that the Ice Wolves did not in fact lose. They won. So New Mexico with a 5-2 win over Corpus Christi. They'll move to 15 points on the year, so the Wranglers will be in sixth place of the South Division, at the top of tomorrow's contest against the Warriors. Some other scores from around the league. Second intermission in El Paso. Jacks and Rhinos are tied at 1. Let's check in on Lone Star and Shreveport over in NITEX. Looks like they are tied at 2. With a little over 6 minutes to go in period 3. So if you got NATV, go check that one out. There's another South Division brawl going on right now at NITEX. And after that, probably go check out the Jackalopes and the Rhinos, as they will be in the 3rd period at the conclusion of the Brahmas and Mudbugs game. Well, good night for the Wranglers. Smiles all around. We're able to once again click offensively. Another good showing in goal from Connor McDonough. And the defense seems to be doing some really good things as well. So for the Wranglers, smiles all around. They'll sleep on it. Get up tomorrow, as same time tomorrow night. 7:15 puck drop, 7:05 pregame show. Be right here on NATV and YouTube for the second game of a 5-game set between the Oklahoma Warriors and the Amarillo Wranglers. Should be a fun one. And again, with this win, Wranglers not only pick up 2 standings points, but they also pick up a point in the race for the Hoser Cup. So with Odessa playing El Paso, Wranglers now have sole possession of first place in the race for the Hoser Cup. So that puts Amarillo at 2 points, Odessa at 1, and Oklahoma at 0 in the Hoser Cup standings. Well, it's been a fun one here this evening. Thank you for sticking with us here tonight. And yeah, we'll see you again here tomorrow evening. And, we'll be right here on NATV and YouTube. As final score here from the Budweiser bullpen, once again, it's the Wranglers 5 and the Warriors 3. Amarillo comes away with the win. They'll look to do it again tomorrow night, right here from the bullpen. I'm Chiarenza saying so long and good night from Amarillo.